Hello, I'm Rob Luciani, Chair of the Institute's Jobs, Economy, and Economic Development Task Force. This year's report from the task force serves as a blueprint for regional economic development by identifying growth opportunities and providing a guide for increasing economic diversity, defined as economic activity spread across a greater variety of industry sectors. The report includes a study of the most recent available data on wages by occupation and industry to see how the region compares to state and national benchmarks, as well as data to the current industry composition and location quotients in the region. This data provides a basis for identifying opportunities and targeted industry sectors in the region within a context of national and global economic forces. Employment in the region has rebounded to pre-pandemic levels. In the previous 10 years, the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area has increased its employment level by 523 occupations. Transportation and material moving jobs have grown the most, with 10,142 positions being added. This is the result of significant growth in distribution centers throughout the region, driven by the region's geography, as it is home to multiple major highways such as Interstate 80 and 81 and the Pennsylvania Turnpike. The region has other strengths as well. A measure called a location quotient summarizes the relative concentration of an industry or occupation in a specific region compared to a national average. A location quotient of 1 means that the industry has the same share of total employment in the region as the national average. In our region, the industries that surpass the national average location quotients are transportation, warehousing at 2.31, utilities at 1.64, manufacturing at 1.4, and healthcare and social assistant at 1.2, and finally retail trade at 1.13. While it's critical to understand our region's economic strengths, it is equally important to assess our economic resilience. Industry diversity, or how much of the workforce is concentrated in the largest industries, can indicate how vulnerable a region is to downturns in its economic base. The Scranton and Wilkes-Barre metro area has just over half of its employment in the 4 largest industries. This level of economic resilience is about average compared to similar peer regions around the state and nation. Several, including Altoona, PA, Lewiston, Idaho, and Binghamton, New York, have a higher percentage of employment in their top 4 industries, indicating less resilience. Others, like Spokane, Washington, and York, PA, have their employment spread out more evenly across industries and therefore are more resilient to economic shifts. At the global level, the war in Ukraine, economic policies aimed at containing high inflation, and supply chain disruptions resulting from lingering COVID-19 effects have negatively impacted current industrial trends. The top industries of the Scranton and Wilkes-Barre area are all likely to be impacted by these trends. We have some recommendations as well. Lackawanna and Luzerne counties appear best situated to continue cultivating its existing industry strengths. Focusing growth on industries already strong in the region allows the region to build upon its competitive advantages and may be appropriate given the ongoing tight labor market, in which building new specialized workforce pipelines may be difficult and uncertainty is high. The logistics sector is already a key source of competitive advantage. Healthcare, already a strength, should be a priority for economic and workforce development as outpatient and home-based care segments grow and expand. Expanding tourism-related industries could allow the region to build on an asset while diversifying its economy. Nonetheless, there are still new areas ripe for economic development. A much greater investment in renewable energy industry, which is still small in our region, could create an even more resilient economy. In conclusion, there are still new areas ripe for economic development. A much greater investment in the renewable energy industry, which is still small in our region, could create an even more resilient economy.